Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, September 1st, 2021. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Wednesday here. I do want to invite you to our PivotBoss monthly market outlook later on this afternoon at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, using the Zoom link below. We're going to discuss the market from a higher time frame perspective. We're going to discuss seasonality, industry group rotation, look at various stocks and futures that could be ready to move in the month ahead and heading into the end of the year. So please join me for this free event later on this afternoon at 4 p.m. Central. Okay, here is a look right here at the ES in the daily time frame. One thing you'll notice right here is that price after the recent pivot low has pushed nicely higher and has come very close to reaching that 45 100% target. That's the target we had from this key range here, and we've mentioned that we're likely headed toward that target at some point down the road, and we've gotten it within a month and a half of developing this key range. Now that we're here again, we have a new pivot range down below. It's a higher value relationship. In an uptrending market, you see a pullback into the pivot range lead to strength, a pullback lead to strength, a pullback lead to strength. We may see the same thing here happen this month. We've also seen some shallow early month tests here that have led to some early bounce. That could be just basically dropping below 4,500 and making a move, and then coming back for a late month pullback. But either way, a pullback as deep as 44.50 could be seen and could still be a good opportunity to defend and push this thing higher within the current framework of the uptrending structure. So right now, uptrending very nicely. A pullback into the pivot range at some point over the next several days could lead to a nice buy opportunity that pushes this thing toward 4,600 and beyond. All right, let's take a look right now at the NQ. Similar price action here for the NQ, uptrending price structure. Again, higher value relationship heading into the new month of trading. We may see some sort of push higher here, but if there's any early rejection, a pullback into the pivot range could provide the next bounce opportunity. So right now we're not quite at a cycle high, but we're getting to a point where we might be over rotated to the upside, get a little bit of a pullback and go. That 15.2 level, very important in terms of an LVN. Important as it is the midpoint of the previous month's range, and it's the breakout point from this narrow range here. So any pullback as deep as 15.2 could still be a great buying opportunity for a continuation higher as this thing works higher toward 15.8, 16K and beyond. All right, let's take a look now at crude oil. Here's crude oil. One thing to notice about this one is we have developed a very narrow 5-day range and is now developing a 6-day narrow range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. If we just take that range right there, and that is the projection, you're basically seeing about 7 potential points of range based off of a 5-day narrow range of that nature. Right now we're inside day. Today is inside yesterday's range so far. Yesterday finished inside the previous day's range. So far this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here, we've had double inside price action. And now if I bring this up here, make that a 6-day range, we can quantify the recent 6-day range. Click OK. And there it is right there. You're looking at these 6 days right there, including today's session. Compressed price action, 7.87 points could be the move ahead. Again, at some point we will see a breakout or a false breakout in one direction, and that could lead to a nice solid move. For example, if this thing were to break up to the upside, it could be a 70.27. We'll be coming into the upper trend line here. Will that lead to a turn back down? How is that going to play out? From a short-term perspective, if we were to come down first and reject, that failed low could catapult things higher. But right now, again, looking to avoid the chop as this thing continues to build around the midpoint of the previous month's range. Alright, let's take a look at gold futures. Right now, gold futures with a very narrow range, 40% of ADR. The ES, by contrast, 37% of ADR. The NQ, 39% of ADR. And crude oil at 42. So everything very, very narrow right now heading into the RTH Open. You can see this one right here, inside day at the moment, still trending up ever since that major flash event. It has continued to hold above the 1760 key level and continues to work higher toward the 1840 key level. So nothing's really changed here with this one. It continues to work higher within the market structure we've discussed. If we take a look at this range right here, basically working your way back to the upper end of this range, and so far that's the path right here. Again, we could see some sort of pullback, and that could get us up to the upper end of the range. But once we get to 1840, perhaps we may see a full pullback and continued trading range action within that range. It's going to take a lot to push through 1840 and break through to the next highest market structure. Alright, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Please join me later on this afternoon at 4 p.m. Central for our PivotBoss monthly market outlook. That's it for now. We'll see you in the trading room. Take care.